everyone. We are here. We are back. We have been going through some flu, if I want to call it flu. I'm gonna call it flu. Yeah. We are feeling much better. I'm feeling much better. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about pressure produces purpose. That is our topic for today. Pressure. Wow. Pressure produces pressure produces
Purpose.
purpose. I feel like every time you go through under pressure, you learn something faster and better. Apologies. We had we had a call. So, yeah. Okay. So, what was I saying? I was talking about, I feel like most of the time when you go through something or when you are like under pressure, when you are able to solve a problem or when you made it through the pressure, you learn something faster and better,
Yeah.
right? And I also would say that it's not that you go through that not for a reason, always for a reason. It's always there to teach you something. So again, the topic for today is
Pressure
pressure
produces
produces
purpose.
purpose. Do you have anything to say about our topic today?
Well, another way of saying it, pressure produces purpose is pressure makes diamond, right? If you don't go
I like
through
that.
the trials and tribulations, you have no value worth
Mm-hmm.
giving.
Mm-hmm.
It's equivalent to you talking to your children. It's equivalent to you giving advice to somebody.
Right.
If you haven't been through what they're going through, why does your advice really matter at that moment?
That's right.
Right? Because you haven't been through it. You don't know what to say. Just like when we usually give condolences to people's loss, and we can only say, I'm sorry it happened, because emotionally we haven't experienced that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have no clue on what to say. You have no clue on how to feel, other than, damn, I think that person is really hurting and I really don't know how to say or give or share the right thing to say for them to feel better. Right?
Yeah.
So it's always a great thing to go through trials and tribulations. Most people in America, especially Western society, mindset around trials and tribulations are usually negative. And they shouldn't be, because that's what gives you more value. That's what gives you more experience. That's what gives you more. That's why we call them elders. Like, elders is not just a name that's like saying old people. Like, it comes from a traditional background. Elder means wise one. They're wise for a reason, because you go to them and ask them these questions because they've been through.
Yes.
They have something that I need in the midst of what I'm going through, so I gotta go and ask them what's the deal, right? And overall, I think the from it is good when you have your trials and tribulations in your life and accept those as gems, as gifts. That way you can solve of use for someone else. Because if you don't go through it, somebody else will. And if you do it first, have the advice to give to the next individual. Like they say, pass the baton. You want to pass the baton after you already ran the miles that you ran, right? You don't want to pass the baton because you fell on the ground. You don't want to forfeit the game, right? You want to see of what your mission was. And I think that's the most give and take from it. I think it's a gem to go through stuff. I remember the first time me riding a bike. It had so much difficulties, right? That was my quote unquote tribulation at that age. But I fell off the bike. I injured myself. I hurt myself. I got scars and stuff. And it was a very difficult time where I could have given up.
Yeah.
Right. And I decided to go through just because I had a strong reason for going through the emotions. I wanted to be able to ride around the block with everybody else and not have to ride on the pads of someone else's bike, right? Or the handlebars. Like, nah, bro. It's much more fashionable to have my own and move around. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, I went through a lot. I went through a lot of school, went through a lot of falling, but it made me wise, and I got so good at it that I was able to ride my bike with no handlebars. No, that's
All
like,
right.
I was
All
able to ride
right.
my
I've
bike with
never
no
heard of
hands.
that, but okay.
I mean, I need handlebars, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. I was
Right.
able to
Yeah.
ride my bike holding the handlebars, right? And so I learned throughout the trials and tribulations better skills to be able to operate like less and less unfamiliar, unskilled.
The
So,
core idea of this is give you a little statement. It says gold only shines after fire.
oh,
Shine if it doesn't go through fire, which goes along with what we're saying when we say pressure produces purpose. Same way, in the same way, our calling is clarified by pressure. So every time you go through pressure, you know that it's not because your life needs to just be there or just needs to look like that to go through that.
right.
It's because you're being prepared for something bigger.
Ooh,
That's what I always say.
yeah,
Like every time we go through something, I'm like, we're being prepared for something bigger. We are
yeah,
being prepared for something bigger.
yeah.
So I know sometimes it feels like, oh my God, why am I here? Hello, how are you?
What's up? What's up?
We are doing amazing. Our day is going fantastic. It just started. Yeah. I feel like we mostly we like, oh, I just want to be like that girl. That girl had that all together and stuff like that. But you're not thinking of the things that she went through. She probably went through the worst, your her story yet. I feel like being aware of like, this is my path, this is my story. If I don't go through this pressure, I don't story. It's important for you to have stories that you can relate to, something that you can tell someone and say, you know what, this is what I went through. I feel like we all are built to go through something to be somewhere. If you don't go through it right now, you are going to go through something later. So just build a mindset or have that thing of like, when I am going through something, I'm being for something bigger.
Yeah.
It helps. It helps. It helps in so many ways. So just try it. Just try it. Write it down. Time you feel like you're going tough times, I'm being prepared for something bigger. Because you are.
Here's a question right now. What mission in your life like fire, but later showed you true purpose?
That's a big.
Yeah.
That's a huge one. I feel like everyone has that. Everyone has that in common. Like there is something you through or something that you're going through right now that is that ends up being your true purpose. Like, oh, this was the reason why I went through that. I would tell my story, but it's like trying to figure out the way to
Articulate it.
articulate it or make it smaller, because it's I'll be just wanting to tell everything. Do you have anything regarding that question?
No, I already shared the
bike.
bike situation.
Okay.
It's your turn actually.
Well, I really don't have anything to share. I will that once I'm able to put my story together in a very small way, in a very what is it, and articulate it in a very like make it shorter. I'll come back to you guys and let you know. So let's move on. What builds? So there's another thing that we don't want to do. We do not want to wait. Oh, we do not want to wait. I don't. But mostly we just rushing things. We just
wait. You didn't finish this last point.
Okay, you go ahead. Oh, you want to read? You want to
Finish it.
share this screen?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Okay. How has pressure helped you discover gifts or strengths you didn't know you had? Scripture reference is 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 6 through 7. Definitely go check that out, guys. I wanted to read it there and bring it there. I think this is it, but I'm not sure.
Waiting builds wisdom as a.
All right, point number 2 is what?
Waiting builds wisdom.
Okay.
So what I was saying is that same time we do not want to wait. Most of the time we just want things to happen like right now. You just want to finish right now. You just want to see $1 million bank account right now. You just want to see your investments going as high as possible
You want to
right
get your
now.
Tesla right now.
I feel like somebody's talking themselves. I would say like we are talking to ourselves as we're saying this. Like we wanna see things like right now at
We
some
want to
point,
go over
but
in
we
South
also
Africa right
right now,
now.
we want to do all these things right now, but not understanding that waiting is what builds wisdom. Waiting for something to come you out with clarity. Okay, what's the next thing I need to do? Is this the right way to do this?
Am I on the right
on the right path? Yes.
Is this leading me to on my journey towards what I desire?
Exactly, but most of the time we be like, you want this thing now, and not understanding like if you get it right now, you're gonna mess it up because you don't have
The
much wisdom
nor skills
or skills.
no
So you
understanding.
need to wait, you need to learn, you need to there was this lady, she was on O'Neill, Anthony O'Neill's channel. She was talking about how she had to learn about, read everything about debt, every book about debt, listen to the videos about debt in order for her to literally easily get out of debt. Because it's not that she didn't have money; she had money. Okay,
She had a lot of
had a lot of money in it, but she didn't know because God was putting her in a situation where you're like, you need to wait. I gave you the opportunity to pay off your debts, but what you did was to splurge and take everybody out and
take your family out on vacations. I'm not saying that's a bad, but at the same time, when I told her that this job was no more, she was a very firm believer. So she left the job, but she was God. This is the source of my income. Like this is the banger right now. This is what's allowing me to go on those trips. And she listened instead of doing what most people did, which talked themselves out of doing what God says or doing what the intuition has prompted you to do.
Right. Because most of the time, like we see things in a different
lens.
Yes, in a different lens. You don't wait and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait one more time. I'm just gonna learn. I'm just gonna read this book to educate myself more so that I know more. But no, instead you want your business to be making $1 million all of a sudden. You don't understand that it takes time. Sometimes it doesn't take time, but also it goes how educated are you, how ready are you, right? Not everything is going to take, but if you prepare yourself early, if you prepared yourself early, it's easy for you to be able to succeed in whatever it is you are doing.
The core idea to this is delay isn't denial. Waiting seats are classrooms.
Yes, it's like it's learning something. As we said, you learning something. You're sitting there and you're learning because being in a classroom is something else.
But the question is, what are the lessons that I got? What are the lessons that I got for that season? Right. And remember, like, we all go through seasons, so there's always different changes. We're not on time, we're on seasons. The world, the earth operates on seasons, the world operates on time. So you gotta understand.
Right.
Be not of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's not just a statement, but it's also an awareness, right? If the world operates on the time and the earth operates on seasons, somebody got it wrong. Not necessarily even wrong, but something is more natural than the other.
Right.
Right. And I like moving in the natural than eating food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but I'd rather eat natural foods than eating space food. I don't want no cockpit flying and soaring throughout space, eating packages of food to survive in outer realms of this universe. I'm good. Give it to the next man. I'll pass.
Give it to the next man. Give it to the next. Expansion. Patient teaches discernment. Patient teaches discernment and prepares you for what's next. What do you think at that point?
Patience is always a virtue, but it's something to learn. People say I don't have patience, and they use that a lot. I don't have patience. It's like, no, you don't. Nobody has patience. You don't just come on with patience. It is a practice. It is a skill to learn, right? If you can be in it uncomfortably, then you are acquiring the skill and you're toughening the skill of patience, right?
Like that.
That's why they say like discipline. Discipline is not a born thing. You practice. You practice it.
I feel like we spoke about that on our last live, more about discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how you feel like I'm just gonna be disciplined, or how you do things thinking that motivation, discipline, being motivated and doing something, and
Oh,
when you in the
motivation
middle
is
of
fuel.
it, yes, when you're in the middle of it, you realize that, oh, I don't do this anymore. This thing is just not working. It's just moving slow and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say,
like what you said.
also too, an awareness of this too is this where we another awareness of this is what is it? I was gonna say this one. You said motivation. I said motivation is fuel.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say um dang man. That's
Okay, while you
whatever.
about that, let me say this. I I'm gonna give you guys a task. I want you to take these two questions, write it down, and stick it somewhere. These questions are: you in a waiting season right now? And if you are, what are you learning while you're waiting? Because it's another question that we ask ourselves: like, what am I learning? We rush to say, "Why me?" instead of what am I learning while am I here?
What am I
Like,
supposed
what
to
am I
learn?
supposed to learn? Like, what is this teaching? Um, just write those down and figure out what it is that you need to wait for, or where to sharpen your skills, your mindset, or whatever it is that you're looking forward to do or to succeed. Where what are the areas you have to strengthen more?
Right. We usually say this, but where attention goes, energy flows.
Right.
And the way that your brain works is that it is a logical system, right? It is for you to ask series of questions that your brain then goes to first and then shows you the answer to what you're seeking. But the way that it works is that you have to ask a question first. So when you prompt your brain a question, normally people say, why me? And so your brain gets to work and it starts giving you all reasons why it is you.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's negative or positive, depends on the way that your mind functions. Why me is a victim mind mentality. So if it's a victim mind mentality, it's going to give you all the negative reasons why.
That's
Right? If you prompt it correctly, if you prompt your brain correctly when you ask yourself a question, you always, especially in patience, the answers will start revealing themselves. Like, dang, where did I put those keys? And then after a while, you sit back and then those keys reveal themselves. So you have to understand that that's the way the brain functions, and you always got to be careful of the questions that you prompt yourself.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you put into play the questions that she asked, because eventually those questions will come to your reality and you'll get clarity in a different way or perspective of looking at life or thinking. And it might just, on your subconscious, the possibilities like, oh, snap, I never thought about it that way, or I never seen it that way. That was cool. That was a cool simulation I went through, or a cool practice I just went through, right?
Had said something on the comment.
Go ahead.
He said, one thing I learned about relationship, talking about the past. Relationship, I think, is talking about
It is talking about the past. I think talking about the past and relationships are not as beneficial.
It's not.
If you have learned, lessons that you can, I think being married, I think I've learned that, and I think like in relationships, I've learned that as well. Sharing, not necessarily you don't have to be safe. And it also depends on what partner you got, but I think like certain things need to be withheld, and not everything needs to be shared. One is very mature enough, but also two, just it also plants different seeds, right? You never know what individual will have much. You know, what I'm saying most people be like, "Oh, I don't have any insecurities," or I'm from a place of fear or a place of lack, and that might be true, and then sometimes it might not be. It might not be true for the other part. So I think when it comes to past stuff, it's beneficial to a certain degree, and I think some things just don't need to be shared all the time with every experience that you know I think it could be detrimental depending on what you share. Was given,
Yep.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Yep, you was out of here. Get your yes. So a scripture with this we're gonna drop is looking back. How did a delay actually protect or prepare you? I feel like we all have a many scenarios in our life where we can articulate how a scenario in our life delayed,
Right.
or protect or prepared us for whatever we experienced then, and now we are where we are now.
That's right.
The scripture that this is James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. Check that out.
All right.
You can get it. You can read it through the NIV, and then you can also read it through the King James version. I feel like I've been getting more into this season of my life. I've been getting more into tracing through the NIV and then going through the. Well, I read the King James version first, and then I read the NIV. But a lot of the times, I try to decipher the King James version first, with Hebrew and Latin. I feel like it gives me more clarity, but I also find some clarity. I find I find clarity through the NIV as well, but I just don't read directly from the NIV because I feel like it takes a little of value from the seeking aspect when it comes to
Knowing
understanding the scriptures. If sin is hidden in plain sight. If something is hidden in plain sight, you don't always want to get it easy like that. You want to be able to decipher it from different angles. Right. But that also includes work, just like you getting that new internship. You got to learn about the new internship is work. It's the same. True. You're seeking to be a part of that company. So if you're seeking to be a part of that company, you got everything about that company. If you're doing the same work for the world, you can do the same work for the scriptures.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I like
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, do you
number
guys
3.
have a we don't have number 3. Fortunately, it is 8:27, so we leave in 3 minutes. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask the questions or share what you think about today's topic. And with that being said, while we I am going to I am going to ask you a question. What? I'm laughing at you. I'm looking for the question I'm going to ask you. Stop.
You going way beyond.
No.
Way beyond.
Way beyond, way beyond.
You give me that phone quick. Your phone. Let me see that James.
Oh yeah. What I'm gonna ask you is that how has pressure helped you discover gifts or strengths you didn't know you had?
I could tell you what now. So.
Let's go. I'm listening.
No, it's your turn because you never even told a story. So you get out of here with that.
No, I'm asking you a question. That's when I ask you a question while we're waiting for everybody.
Oh, what's the question again?
Is how has pressure helped you discover gifts or strengths you didn't know you had?
Tremendously. Like for instance, learning how to backflip, going through the emotions of learning choreography, certain capabilities that I knew was hard, and then experienced in the physical form that I was able to get there. I was able to reach the area. I was able to see where I was, and then see where I was going, and see myself entering where I now was or am.
Friend, I don't talk about the future enough.
Oh, that is very important, my friend. It is really more important to be in the present and speak about the future. And not speak about the future as far as in I can't wait to get there, but more like the visions that you get. Like for instance, um, your goals, actions, visions, ideas, those concepts. And then as you start to get intimate with those goals and aspirations, now you start to say, okay, well, what does this need to become reality, or what would I need to do in order to start this up? Or first off, I would probably need an editor, and second off, what type of editing software do I need? Can I learn it? Do they have YouTube videos on it? Let me start right now. Let me check it out and see if I can. And then you just kind of just go down the yellow brick road, or go down the rabbit hole and see how far the rabbit hole goes.
I would say write it down.
Write it down. Oh yeah, use the skills that it takes when you are capturing ideas from the. When you're capturing ideas, you either write it down, you watch it, or you read it, right?
Yeah.
And
make sure you write what is more positive, because sometimes you could say you don't talk about the future enough, and you just have like these negative or these thoughts that are not what you want to see. That's why you don't want to talk about it enough. I would say like writing down, changing the what think into like, okay, so this is how it could happen, or this is how I think it is going to happen. What if it doesn't happen this way, it happens this way? Just take that and you write it down. It always comes back to you. When you write something down, it always going to come back to you. Trust me. I don't know when it does, but it does. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Yeah, that's it. It's very powerful to talk about your future to someone you trust, not just anyone. Because most of the time we do want to talk about what we want or whatever we see. We're so excited, and then we tell the wrong people, and it doesn't happen. And then you're like, well, that's what I wanted. And then see your idea or whatever it is that you were wishing for, somebody else has done it. So, yeah.
All right. So that verse for the pressure produces purpose. I gave you a verse for 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 7 real quick. In all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. Man, these books, bro. This mucus is ridiculous.
We were not feeling good.
I gotta get it out of my body, bro. It says these have come so that the proven
geniuses.
No. Generousness of your faith.
That's geniuses.
Geniuses? Okay. Geniuses of your faith.
Like the genius, like genius, like being genius. Right?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, your faith of a greater worth than gold, right? Which perishes even though refined by fire. So like you're twisting gold and it's going through a phase where certain aspects are starting to reveal itself now. It says may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. And so overall, what we were speaking about earlier, just kind of summing up everything. It's good to go through those trials and tribulations. It is good. It is a good thing.
Hey, nobody.
Nobody but you.
Welcome, everyone. Please like, share, subscribe, and activate the notification bell. I love what you want.
That is
Enjoyable content. Thank you, nobody. We haven't seen you in a minute.
I know, right?
I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you.
These have come so that the proven geniuses of your faith.
Okay.
So, see, my wife is ready. My wife is ready.
I gotta take my daughter to school. Let me get her ready.
No. You wait.
She online class at 8:30.
Wait, babe, wait. I'm gonna just finish this little last part
Okay.
right here, and we can just end it together. It says this one. Read this one. These have come so that you have proven geniuses of your faith. And the trials have come in your life so you can prove that what you know truly in your inner being is really true. And that things are always working out for you, especially if you keep a positive mind frame about the reason why you're getting the challenges. You came in this physical form to be, do, and have all the good that you desire while also serving the kingdom of heaven, right? And the way to do that, to understand that this is not, you are not here to necessarily accomplish all that you want to do. You're here to accomplish all that the will of God wants you to do.
Right, that's right.
Right, and
You're
a lot
welcome,
of people.
Fred.
You're welcome, Fred. And a lot of people kind of get it twisted, just what they want to do, and that's the reason why you see a lot of people kind of drift and surge, and they don't really know what to do, and they're like, I don't know, I haven't figured out yet. It's like, well, you're not supposed to be trying to do it that way. That's why you still haven't discovered. But if you align your will with God's will, you will have clarity. And if you don't know how to do that, I think most of the times is us figuring out how to do that and really seeking the correct way of doing that. I know a lot of the times we don't have good guidance when it comes to these deep questions, and we just kind of get lost with what's easy.
Right.
And it's not about what's easy, because it's easy to follow people.
Today we're drinking matcha, not ginger with lemon.
But yeah, that was my gem for today. I wanted to
Cheers.
kind of break down that scripture a little bit.
We love you all. Thank you for being part of the LocFam Kingdom Diaries. We are going to see you on our next video, and we're also going to see you next Monday, 8 a.m. time. We love you guys.
So remember, stay locked in.
God vibes only.
All right, one up.